Hello, Alicia, and hello, everyone listening. Welcome back to Vibrations and Manifestations. Alicia, it is so wonderful to connect with you this morning.
You too, Jared.
I had a really expansive walk earlier, so I'm coming in feeling just incredibly grounded. How are things on your side?
I'm feeling really centered. I took the time for a full breath practice this morning. So yeah, I'm ready to dive deep into this.
Good.
And honestly, this deep dive is the one I have been looking forward to the most this cycle.
Oh, me too.
This is where everything we've talked about for years moves from, theory to reality.
I couldn't agree more.
Ooh.
So welcome, everyone. For months, we've been building sort of the architectural blueprints of alignment and frequency. And you, our listener, you have done the intellectual work. You get the core principles.
Absolutely.
But today, we are crossing a threshold.
Yeah.
We're shifting from simply knowing the practice to, well, to truly living it.
That's it. That's our whole focus for the month, moving beyond that head knowledge and really integrating that wisdom into your entire being. We are talking about embodiment. It's the journey of becoming what you already know is true.
And that right there, that's the essential hook for us today, isn't it? That quiet, profound shift from knowing to embodiment.
Yes.
Because the difference lives in your physical expression, right? You could perfectly explain the philosophy of non-resistance, but if your shoulders are hunched up and your jaw is clenched,
You're not living it.
you are not living that principle.
Exactly. Lived alignment doesn't need that constant mental control. It resides in your body, in the ease of your posture, the rhythm of your breath.
The tone of your voice, even.
Yes, and critically, in the unhurried timing of your decisions.
That concept of where alignment lives, that residency, that's what we're focusing on.
Yeah.
It's not about finding it through, like, more effort. It's about realizing where it already is in your body when all that effort finally falls away.
So before we unpack all the theory, let's just start with a mini practice.
I love that idea.
Let's anchor ourselves in the body, right here, right now.
Okay, so wherever you are listening, walking, sitting, commuting, if it's safe to do so, I invite you to just place one hand on your chest, right over your heart.
This is just a simple, direct signal of safety and presence. And we're going to use the breath to deepen that signal to your nervous system.
Okay.
So just take a slow, steady inhale through your nose. Feel your belly and your chest just gently expand.
And now, a longer, complete exhale out through your mouth.
Yeah.
Just let it go. Don't force it. Just allow it.
We'll do that one more time. A slow, full inhale in, really taking up space for yourself.
But a long, releasing exhale out, letting go of any tension you might be holding maybe in your neck or your back.
Now, without trying to change a thing, just allow your shoulders to soften.
Mm-hmm.
Imagine them just dropping a half-inch from your ears. Just notice that simple physical release.
That simple softening is such a powerful cue.
It is.
And the key focus for this whole conversation is that word you used, residence. Embodied alignment isn't something you do with force. It's the natural state you return to when your system feels safe enough to just stop performing.
And that realization right there, that's the whole mission of this deep dive.
It really is the foundation of everything. And that shift can happen so quickly when you just check in physically. Okay, so let's unpack this. Framing the shift from knowing to embodying, this is where we hit the biggest point of friction for so many people.
We absolutely have to talk about this disconnect because it's a trap we all fall into.
It really is.
You can have a university-level understanding of manifestation. You can quote Neville Goddard. You can quote Esther Hicks.
You know, all the science, all the mystics.
Yeah, actually, you can explain it perfectly.
And yet, you still feel that wall, that frustrating gap between what you know is true and what you're actually experiencing every day.
That familiar tug of anxiety or scarcity.
Right. It's still there.
And that gap, that friction, it exists because you are thinking alignment instead of being it. And the body is the gatekeeper here. If the nervous system hasn't gotten that physical signal that the emergency is over.
That the coast is clear.
Right. Then the cognitive part of your brain just stays stuck in management mode. It's trying to control everything through mental effort, which is just exhausting.
So if the mind is busy performing, how do we even define embodiment in a lived, active way?
Embodiment is the moment alignment stops being this occasional practice.
Like something you do for 20 minutes on a meditation cushion.
Yes, exactly. It stops being that, and it just starts to define who you are while you are doing every single ordinary, mundane task.
So it's you while you're commuting, or waiting in line at the store.
Or washing dishes, or dealing with a difficult email. It's always on.
So it becomes the quiet, consistent operating system running in the background.
Mm.
Instead of an app you have to frantically open when things go wrong.
That's a perfect way to put it. And here's the really profound telltale sign that you're in embodiment. Your actual authentic behavior changes without any conscious forced effort.
That is the critical piece right there, because we're all so trained to believe that growth requires hustle.
Right. More effort.
Yeah, if you have to constantly monitor your thoughts, stop worrying, stop judging, say a better affirmation, you're still trapped.
You're in performance mode, you're trying to force it, and the body feels that force as more tension.
Exactly.
But once alignment is truly embodied, you don't need to talk yourself into being patient. You don't have to correct every self-judgment.
You don't have to perform confidence for other people.
You just move differently. Because the body, your primary responder, has established a baseline of internal safety.
So the alignment is felt internally, which then generates a natural external response.
Yes.
Instead of being performed externally to try and chase a feeling.
And that difference is palpable. Performance is always exhausting. Embodiment is profoundly restful, even when you're busy.
It's like driving with the emergency brake on versus just cruising.
That's it. And this leads us perfectly into those tiny neutral moments where the biggest shifts actually show up.
The moments you might miss if you're only looking for some big, dramatic spiritual breakthrough.
Exactly.
So let's dive into those personal experiences, because they show how subtle but profound this really is. Tell us about that quiet revelation you had, just from scheduling something simple. Alignment expressed as genuine care.
I love that framing, genuine care, because the old pattern was, well, anything but.
Right.
I was just looking at my schedule, my budget, needing to book a regular haircut, and highlights. Standard maintenance.
And what would usually happen in the past was something like that, even just basic self-maintenance.
The old me, the me operating from scarcity and, needing to prove my worth.
Yeah.
I would immediately go into a massive internal spiral. The script would just start, can you really afford this? You shouldn't spend this time on yourself.
You'd have to justify it.
For 20 minutes, intense mental gymnastics, building this whole case for why I deserve to spend the money on basic care.
You were basically asking your own mind for permission.
Yes, from my own rigid, controlling mind. But this time, I looked at the calendar, I clicked book, and nothing happened.
The spiral just wasn't there.
It was gone. There was just silence. The decision was clean. It was neutral and simple.
So it wasn't some loud, aggressive confidence.
Yeah.
It was just quiet functionality.
Precisely. My body just registered the haircut as care. Not an indulgence to be justified, not self-sabotage to be corrected, just care, like buying groceries.
That insight, that alignment sounded like the absence of self-doubt, not the presence of loud affirmations.
Yeah.
That is just gold for our listeners.
It's about clearing the static, not amplifying the signal.
Yes.
My mind stopped needing to run that exhausting defense mechanism. It just existed in the space of, this is who I am now, a person who takes care of herself without apology.
My quiet realization was so similar, but it happened in a conversation with my partner.
Relationships. That's often the final frontier for embodiment, right? It hits all those core fears.
It hits every single one. My past pattern was a total disaster. I was always anticipating a negative outcome.
Rehearsing.
Constantly rehearsing every possible response she might have, every tone. I'd have defenses ready, bracing my body for an impact that usually wasn't even coming.
You were living in the future, totally pulled out of the present moment where you could actually do something.
Completely. But in this one conversation, I noticed, and this is the key, I only noticed after, that I hadn't rehearsed anything. I wasn't scanning her face for danger. My shoulders were down. My gut wasn't clenched. I listened to what she said. I processed it cleanly, and I responded from my own emotional lane.
So your body wasn't bracing for the old story.
No. And that absence of physical tension, that lack of rehearsal, that's what embodiment felt like.
It didn't make the conversation perfect.
Not at all, but it made it clean. It was just a clean data exchange without all the internal friction of my performance anxiety.
That lack of internal friction, that's the metric.
Yes.
And this links so perfectly to that neutral data point we both experienced, the scale story.
The doctor's office scale. Such a charged moment.
It is for so many. I was there for a routine physical. The nurse asks me to step on the scale. I do. She reads the number aloud.
And in that split second, what was the internal response?
Silence.
Yeah.
Just profound, beautiful nothingness.
Wow.
And what surprised me wasn't the number, it was the total lack of emotional energy attached to it. Before, that number was a verdict.
Oh yeah, a lower number meant relief, like, okay, I'm doing good. A higher number meant instant shame.
And an immediate punishing diet plan, but this time it was just information, neutral data.
Just like your blood pressure reading.
Exactly the same. And the insight for me was that shame and guilt, they don't disappear because you fight them. They just dissolve when your identity, your somatic knowing, no longer needs that drama.
You weren't trying to be disciplined.
No, I was just embodied, just observing the metric without needing it to define my worth.
The synthesis here, for all these stories, is that in none of them were we actively trying to micromanage our thoughts.
No.
We were just moving from an established internal state of safety, and our behavior just automatically reorganized to match that state.
The body had already voted that it was safe, so you don't ask the anxious question, what should I do?
You just allow the response that matches the regulated state of, this is who I am.
And this shift is so subtle, you have to look for how effortless your actions feel. Effortlessness is the key indicator.
Not achievement.
Not achievement. So we encourage you to look for these embodiment indicators in yourself. Less physical bracing.
Fewer internal justifications.
Decisions that feel softer, more fluid.
Cleaner emotional responses. Less reactivity.
And just the quietest self-talk you've ever experienced.
It's the absence of that constant need for internal protection. That's the moment practice shifts into identity.
Not because you forced it, but because your body finally felt safe enough to lay its armor down.
Okay, so let's take a moment for reflection right here. We invite you to just gently pause with us. No analysis, just observation.
So we invite you to check in. Where in your life has effort quietly fallen away recently?
Look for those non-dramatic moments. You didn't spiral over a typo in an email. You didn't rehearse a difficult call.
Let one small example just surface in your awareness.
And as you think of that moment, I invite you to notice what your physical body feels like right now.
Is there any softness in your jaw, your neck, a bit more space in your chest?
That physical response is not an accident. That is the alignment that already resides in you.
It's just responding to your recognition of presence.
And finally, ask yourself this question, gently, no judgment. Where am I still trying to convince myself?
Using affirmations or logic or just sheer force.
Instead of just trusting that quiet, certain truth that you already feel in your gut.
No correction needed here, no fixing, just awareness. Because embodiment doesn't start with change. It starts with recognition.
The chasing stops. The alignment is already here, residing in the body.
That feels like such a solid foundation.
It does.
So what does embodiment truly mean when we're operating from this level of deep integration? Embodiment is the full expression of your individual frequency through action. And I want to emphasize, it is not about the grand dramatic gestures.
Not the big moves.
No, it's about the micro expressions, the tiny signals that define your state.
Like what?
Like the length of the pause you take before you reply to a hoof text, or the way you enter a room. Is your energy scattered and demanding, or is it just present and centered?
The pace of your morning.
Exactly. The quality of the tone you use with yourself when you make a mistake.
So these micro choices are where the alignment actually shows up.
In your decisions, your timing, your energy, and most importantly, in the quality of your presence.
This is where consistent practice becomes who you are.
That's the shift. You're no longer doing alignment. You're not performing patience or kindness.
You are just being a person who, by default, acts from that intrinsic state of patience and kindness.
Yes. And that deep-seated identity shift is the most powerful lever for sustained manifestation.
Which brings us to, I think, a crucial part of this discussion, the science and spirit bridge. Because if it's this simple, if the body holds the key, why can't we just think our way into this state? Why does the body have to lead?
Because biologically, the body is the primary learning mechanism.
Right.
Our nervous system learns through repetition and sensation, not just through cognitive intention. Logic is a slow follower. Sensation is the fastest route to change.
And there's foundational research that supports this. You have Antonio Damasio's work on somatic markers.
Yes, exactly. Damasio's work confirms that our emotions and our bodily states are initiated before our conscious brain even constructs a story about it.
So we feel the tightened chest first.
Right. The racing heart, that's a somatic marker. And then the brain scrambles to categorize it and explain it.
So if the body initiates the feeling of safety first, the mind can then construct the narrative of, oh, I feel aligned. Or I am worthy.
You're reversing the old effortful pattern. We feel safe first, then we stop needing to justify the self-care.
And when you look at therapeutic approaches, like the work of Bessel van der Kolk in trauma research,
It becomes crystal clear. Cognition alone, talk therapy, journaling, it's often not enough to resolve these deeply ingrained patterns.
if the distress is stored somatically in the body.
It requires a somatic solution to shift that energy and establish a new baseline of safety.
And this is where Stephen Porges' polyvagal theory really gives us a roadmap.
Yes, because we're not just talking about vague safety cues. We're talking about activating the ventral vagal complex.
Okay, let's translate that, because this is where the microshifts become so powerful. What is the ventral vagal state?
The ventral vagal state is our nervous system's social engagement system. It's the state of optimal regulation. It's where we feel safe, connected, present,
Your heart rate is steady, your tone is modulated.
and you're open to connection. And Porges showed that certain small physical cues,
Like a slower breath.
or specifically softening the muscles around your face and jaw, those are direct, non-cognitive signals to the vagus nerve that you are safe.
It's immediate regulation.
You can be in the middle of an anxiety spiral, and just releasing the tension in your jaw can send a faster signal of safety than any affirmation ever could.
Which also connects to how we even interpret those feelings. Lisa Feldman Barrett's work on how emotions are constructed.
Yes, she shows that emotions aren't these fixed, automatic reactions. They are constructed. Your body generates a physiological state, a buzz, a tightness.
And your brain labels it.
Exactly. Your brain uses your past and the context to label that feeling. This tightness is anger.
But if your state is regulated, you can experience that same tension, but label it neutrally, like discomfort or just data.
It's state before strategy. Regulate the state and the right strategies. Patience, choosing a better song in traffic, they become obvious.
So let's bridge this to habits and identity. James Clear writes about this so powerfully.
For long-term change, your actions have to align with your self-concept. If your identity is, I am a person who must hustle to be worthy,
Any attempt to relax will feel like a performance, a violation of who you are.
but when embodiment shifts your identity to, I am a person who operates from ease, then the behavior of slowing down is just the automatic expression of that.
And this is where B.J. Fogg's work on tiny habits becomes so somatic. He focuses on those micro actions.
And those tiny actions aren't just cues, they're active signals that reinforce the new identity and signal safety.
So the micro shift is both a regulator and an identity marker. It breaks those subconscious loops that Charles Duhigg talks about.
Exactly. You interrupt the old automated anxiety loop by inserting a conscious somatic micro action like softening your jaw.
Okay, now let's tie all of this science back to the spiritual language we use here. Somatic knowing.
That felt sense, as Eugene Genlin and Peter Levine call it. It's that wisdom that comes directly from bodily awareness, bypassing the mind.
When we're embodied, we can access that immediately.
And vibrationally, this is exactly what Abraham Hicks describes. Alignment is not a mental technique. It's a lived vibrational state.
The frequency you're actually radiating moment by moment.
Right. And that intrinsic state is what Neville Goddard meant by I am M. The source of manifestation is the beingness, not the effort.
And finally, presence. Eckhart Tolle. Presence is the ultimate doorway to all of this.
So to synthesize it all, spiritually, this integration is coherence. Scientifically, it's efficiency.
When the underlying state is regulated, the best strategies become obvious, and the effort just pruches.
Yeah.
It vanishes.
The body has to lead because it's the fastest, truest indicator of coherence or resistance.
That is such a vital understanding. So now that we know why the body leads, let's make this super practical.
Yes. We're moving into our real-time workshop segment with 3 tools you can integrate immediately.
And this is an invitation to just slow down and practice with us. These aren't more things to add to your to-do list.
No, there are just ways to inhabit the alignment that's already here.
Okay, tool 1, the alignment morning check. This is perfect for right when you wake up, but really you can use it anytime you feel a little off-center.
So tomorrow morning, or even right now, just find a moment of stillness. If you're just waking up, sit up in bed, put your feet flat on the floor, and do this before you reach for your phone.
That's the hard part.
It is. Take a slow, anchoring breath in through your nose and a longer releasing breath out through your mouth.
Okay.
Now, quietly ask yourself this question. What does alignment feel like in my body right now?
And be specific. Don't give a performance answer like, I should feel calm.
No, what do you actually feel? Is there a buzz of energy, tension in your hips, quietness in your chest?
Let's do a quick body scan to gather that information.
Check your jaw first. Is it tense, gripping, preparing for a fight? Or is it relaxed?
Now bring your attention to your shoulders. Are they up by your ears, or are they dropped to neutral?
And notice your belly. Is it held tight, bracing? Or is it soft and expansive?
You're not fixing anything here. You're just collecting honest data.
Alignment is not a thought you impose. It's a state you return to through the awareness of sensation.
Okay, tool 2, embodiment microshifts. These are those little physical safety cues for the nervous system.
Minimal effort, massive internal feedback.
And just choose one of these to try over the next few hours. For instance, consciously choose to slow your walking pace by just 5%.
Or, if you're in a conversation, consciously lower the volume of your voice just a little. A softer, slower tone is an instant signal of safety.
Or, if you notice that clench in your jaw while you're working, just consciously unclench it for 10 seconds.
And here's the hardest one for our Type A listeners.
I'm ready.
Let one email wait in your inbox for an extra 20 minutes. Let one small task remain unfinished.
I have to admit, I tried that, letting the task wait shift, and my body physically rebelled. I felt this surge of anxiety, this fear of being behind.
That rebellion is beautiful data. It shows you exactly how tied your identity is to hyper-efficiency.
So what do you do when that anxiety surge hits?
That's the moment to pause, soften your shoulders, and just label that feeling not as danger, but as old programming. Don't fight the anxiety, acknowledge it, and then do the shift anyway.
You're demonstrating to your nervous system through action that you're still safe.
Exactly. The shift itself becomes the new cue.
Okay, let's try one micro shift right now. Just pause. Soften your shoulders a half-inch lower. Exhale completely.
And just notice the change in pressure in your chest. That's alignment in real time.
The more you do these, the less you'll need conscious effort to stay aligned.
Tool 3. Who am I being right now? This is the question that instantly grounds you and pulls you out of performance mode.
It's so simple, but so powerful because of what it excludes. Ask yourself, who am I being right now?
You're not asking, what should I do, or how do I fix this? Those are anxiety questions.
The question of being is rooted in presence.
So apply this before you respond to criticism when you feel rushed, before you make a choice. Ask it, and then pause for a full breath.
And don't look for a verbal answer. Instead, notice the quality of your current state in your body.
Are you braced? Are you open? Are you scattered? Are you present?
Let that felt awareness, that honest somatic data shape your next action.
It immediately pulls you out of the frantic analysis and drops you into presence, where aligned action is always effortless.
Alignment isn't something you maintain through effort. It's something you remember through sensation.
Now, as we transition, just notice the quality of your breath. If your body feels softer, that's alignment responding to your attention.
You don't have to be perfect. You just have to choose to return.
Embodied alignment isn't about staying centered forever. It's about building the muscle memory for the return.
Okay, let's clear that static and tune into magic.
This is manifestation debug mode. And this isn't about finding a failure. It's about noticing when that natural state of alignment has just subtly morphed into exhausting performance.
And the static signals are clear. If you're constantly monitoring yourself, trying to force yourself to feel calm instead of actually feeling calm.
Or choosing the spiritually correct response while feeling totally disconnected from it.
That's resistance disguised as diligence.
And another huge sign of static is just exhaustion. Awareness should lead to ease, to more energy. If being aware leaves you constantly drained.
That's a sure sign you're still performing the practice, not living it.
And if that resonates, just pause right now. Nothing has gone wrong. Performance is just the body's signal that it doesn't feel safe enough yet.
It's trying to control the uncontrollable by micromanaging the self.
So let's do a real-time debug practice to come back to presence.
Stop whatever you're doing for just a moment. If you can, place both feet firmly on the floor. Feel the weight of your body dropping down. Feel that support beneath you.
Take one slow inhale through your nose, maybe to a count of 4.
And a long, slow, releasing exhale through your mouth to a count of 6.
Now, scan for that microtension. Find your jaw. Allow it to be visibly less clenched. Let your facial muscles soften.
Check your shoulders. Consciously let them fall another ½ inch. This isn't relaxation as a goal, it's regulation as a return.
Now, internally, ask yourself this question, gently. Am I trying to manage this moment? Or am I allowing myself to simply be in it?
If you detect effort, that's just information. You're still managing.
Yeah.
If you detect softness, that's alignment. No need to change it, just observe.
And if that critical voice pops up saying, I should have been calmer, respond to it with this reframing statement. Just say quietly to yourself,
I don't need to do alignment. I can let alignment do me.
That phrase is an instant surrender of that exhausting management role. Now bring your attention fully back to your breath without controlling it. Just notice the expansion and the release.
Stay with it for 2 full cycles. This somatic awareness is your most reliable reset button.
Anytime you feel rushed or reactive, the simple physical return is the way back.
Not through complex mental gymnastics, but through the simple truth of sensation.
Alignment doesn't vanish when you lose it. You just leave its residency for a moment, and the return is always this simple, through the body.
As we move into our final part, our guided visualization, I invite you to carry this feeling of simplicity with you. Don't strain, just trust your body and allow the visualization to meet you where you are.
We are now resting in alignment, allowing ourselves to feel what it's like when we truly inhabit this state.
So allow your gaze to soften or gently close your eyes if that feels safe and comfortable for you right now.
There's nothing you need to achieve here. Just notice the physical space you're in. Feel the surface beneath you, that steady, reliable support.
Let your breath move naturally, just showing you where your body is being held right now.
With each complete exhale, allow a little more of your physical weight to drop. Give yourself permission to feel heavy, supported, and safe.
Release the unnecessary burdens. Your shoulders don't need to hold the weight of the past or the future. Your jaw doesn't need to brace for impact. You are safe enough to be right here.
Now, bring your attention gently inward, bypassing your thinking mind. Just focus on subtle bodily sensations. Warmth, pressure, movement, stillness.
There is no right sensation, just simple, gentle, neutral awareness.
Imagine that alignment is not a frequency you have to chase. It's not ahead of you. It's already here, vibrating quietly within you. A deep, constant hum beneath all the mental noise.
You don't need to tune it on or fix it. You only need to stop drowning it out with worry and effort.
With your next breath, let yourself settle into your body. Like a bird settling into its nest. Settle in as if you are finally arriving home.
Notice how your body naturally wants to rest when it's not being corrected or disciplined. Allow your posture to reflect ease, not expectation.
Now gently visualize moving through a typical moment of your day. Nothing special. You're walking into the grocery store, preparing dinner.
See yourself moving with a natural, unhurried rhythm. Notice the ease in your posture, the presence in your eyes.
Feel what it's like to simply be in that moment, without needing to anticipate every outcome, without bracing for negative feedback, without rehearsing your worth.
You listen deeply. You choose cleanly. You respond without urgency. Feel what that absence of urgency feels like in your chest and belly.
If a thought comes up, that's natural. Just gently label it thought and let it drift. Return your awareness to the physical sensation of ease.
And imagine encountering a small decision, a boundary to hold, a priority to choose.
Before you analyze it, notice the felt sense in your body. Is there contraction and tightness, or is there quiet clarity and simplicity?
Let the body answer first. This is what it means when the state is regulated and the strategy becomes obvious. You are no longer living from the question, what should I do?
You're simply expressing, this is who I am.
Take a full, deep breath now and silently affirm this truth. Let the words resonate deep in your core. I don't need to perform alignment. I can live it.
Feel the physical shift that happens when you completely cease the effort, allowing alignment to move through you.
Now bring your awareness back fully to the sound of your own breath. Notice the inhale. Notice the exhale. Feel the space you occupy.
There's nothing you need to carry forward except this one knowledge. You can return to the state anytime. Through a breath, through a pause, through sensation.
Alignment is not fragile. It is patient. It is always available the instant you choose to return your attention to the felt sense of your body.
When you feel ready, gently allow some movement back into your fingers and toes. Let your eyes slowly reopen, carrying this quiet state with you.
Carry this state not as a burden you must maintain, but as the truth you now reliably remember.
You are already living the practice.
Take a moment and just notice how you feel right now. Acknowledge what's truly present, that simple, gentle energy that remains after the effort falls away.
This is the state we've explored today. Alignment as a residence you inhabit, not a metric you manage.
So let's just offer a final, gentle recap. We focus on that shift from intellectual knowing to embodied living.
We learned that alignment ceases to be something you manage and transforms into something your body automatically recognizes.
Embodiment is the expression of your frequency through your micro-choices, your tone, your timing, your pace.
And behavior changes naturally when alignment becomes your intrinsic identity.
We introduce those real-time tools, the morning check, the micro-shifts, and who am I being, designed not to fix anything, but to provide a rapid physical route of return.
And the distilled takeaway, which we really hope you internalize, is that manifestation requires residency, not constant, exhausting effort.
When alignment becomes who you are, manifestation becomes what you do.
So now, as you move back into your day, into your week, here is your one invitation. Just choose one small embodied shift, just one.
It could be. Move 5% slower during one part of your day.
Yeah.
Or speak 1 degree softer in every conversation.
Or intentionally pause for a full breath before responding to your next 5 texts. Or let one small task say unfinished, just to prove to your system that you are still safe. Let your body lead.
And please, remember this truth. You are not behind. You are not doing this incorrectly. Perfection is not a prerequisite for alignment.
Alignment is not a final destination you're rushing toward. It's the simple, honest recognition of your current state and the gentle act of returning to presence over and over through your body.
So we leave you with this provocative thought to carry into your week. If you stopped managing your alignment right now, what new, unforced action would your body choose to take instead?
Thank you so much for spending this time with us and for allowing this practice to move out of your head and deep into your life.
Alicia, thank you for guiding us through this. It was a beautiful and necessary exploration. Have a wonderful, truly embodied week.
You too, Jared. And to all of you listening, we wish you health and a happy, easy week.